Hey guys, this is Brickintosh. Welcome back to another one of my showcase. In today's video, I'm going to be showcasing my Lego custom Freddy Fazbear. I did make a Freddy Fazbear before, so this is my second time making another Freddy, and I really do think I've improved on this one. So, if you guys think I did, put what you think down in the comments. The head is from Venom CBW or Venom Paintball.store, which will be down in the description down below if you're interested in checking them out. It's a really cool website where a whole bunch of designers come in and they basically, all their prints and stuff are on that website. So if you want to check it out, it's down in the description. And basically, this figure, it's kind of a not only am I a big fan of FNAF, but I also wanted to recreate a figure I had first created, because my Freddy, he was the first time I ever fully sculpted a full figure from head to toe. So I really just wanted to go back to that, see what was wrong there, just improve on this figure. And I really do think that this figure shows, I really do think this figure is the embodiment of my improvement, and I'm just really happy to finally showcase it. But that's enough said, so let's get on with the showcase. Now, as we review the figure, this here is my custom Freddy Fazbear. As stated in the intro, the head is 3D printed by Venom Paintball, and it is on his store, venompaintball.store. Check it out if you're interested. Venom's a really cool dude. He has a lot of really cool prints on there, so if you're really interested on stuff that can improve your customs or stuff that you may not be able to sculpt or do on your own, definitely check out Venom CBW. It's really, really cool. But on the figure, I did remove the microphone from Freddy. There's the microphone. It's basically a basic Lego microphone that I painted silver paint on it. Used some folk art metallic silver sterling paint right there, and I just painted the rim of the microphone black. So starting with the top up here with the 3D printed head from Venom Paintball. So I basically, when I went with this figure, I wanted to make it 100% accurate to the first game and how Freddy looked like in the first game, and I really do think I really captured that, and I'm beyond proud. I can only thank God for this one. So the paint, I mixed a whole bunch of, for basically the brown coat for his fur, I mixed a whole bunch of brown paints. I can't tell you which ones they were. It was so many, so I wish I could, but I know the muzzle right here, that's apple barrel chestnut paint. I used chestnut for that. I used some apple barrel gloss black paint for the nose and for the hat. Did the same with the tie. And let me just move Freddy. Let me move the camera a bit closer so you guys can see it. There's a face. I painted the eyes and everything on him. I painted the mouth, which was pretty tricky, because it was a pretty steep place to paint. So I painted the mouth, I painted the ears, which unfortunately before doing this video the ears did snap off, but I was able to glue them, so if they kind of look funny, that's kind of why. But yeah, painted the eyebrows as well, and I really love this print. Venom and his team did a really great job, and I think this really helped boost my my custom, because compared to my first one, I still love that figure. I loved how I was able to do that on my own, but in terms of accuracy, it wasn't the best. But yeah, I'm just very thankful to Venom and his team, to provide these cool prints, because I know Venom himself is a FNAF fan, so it's really cool. It's so cool. All right, so moving down with the torso, everything beyond the neck down is sculpted by me. So I did have to do some work on this, I did have to sculpt it. So I sculpted the torso, the arms, both legs, and it was pretty tricky to make sure everything was correct proportion. It had the correct proportions, so it was really tricky. Yeah, starting off with the torso. The torso was kind of something I really wanted to fix, especially from my first custom Freddy. I really wanted to improve on that. My first Freddy had a really large bow, and I realized, I had to really shrink that down a bit. So I really did give this Freddy a kind of smaller bow. which I think is really nice, and I think it's pretty accurate to the actual Freddy. And yeah, I sculpted on his belly here, which I tried to get it as accurate as possible, of course, you know. And I painted it, and throughout the figure, I forgot to say this before, but I did put like some black weathering, because, you know, if you're familiar with the animatronic, Freddy is he's pretty, I want to say well maintenance guy. So, you know, I did do that. I didn't do anything for the back though. I just left it blank because there's not really much I can do there. But going on with the arms, I did a 3-step process, which is the shoulder, bicep, and the forearm. And I kind of wanted to make sure both arms were consistent. So, you know, I really kept looking on. When I went to, I think I sculpted this arm first, then I did that. And as I was sculpting this one, I really just went back, looked on this one, and made sure they were both the same size. You know, everything was well proportionized. And I also wanted to make it so like you could actually see the endoskeleton within the elbows and stuff, and in between the shoulders. So I really wanted to make it like that. So, you know, it kind of makes him look more, you know, robotic, like a robot, you know. And I feel like that came out perfectly. I really love how that looks. That's honestly my favorite part of this figure, how I'm able to incorporate that silver, the silver elements, you know, kind of be the endoskeleton. So I really do like how I was able to do that, you know, and I'm really proud of myself for that. And gave him some basic black, brown hands, the same ones I gave on my original Freddy. I don't really paint hands. I find them kind of tricky, and you know, paint usually rubs off on the hands, so I try not to really do that much. But throughout each silver part, I did put black, so there's a black outline. You see a bit of the outline over here. You see the outline over here, the black outline, and there's a black outline on the legs. So let's get on with the legs. The thigh area, I try to keep this consistent as well. Let me point the camera a bit down. There we go. Okay. So the thigh area, I try to keep consistent as well, fairly consistent. I did, you know, dirty up the legs alongside the rest of the figure, you know, and I think it came out good. So now with the knee pads, I really like them, you know. I could have done a lot better, granted, yes, but, you know, I really like how they came out, and I think they came out pretty cool. Obviously, they have a black outline, and obviously, you know, around them is the endoskeleton, which I really like that it painted, you know. I could have done a bit better for the back of the legs, but, you know, I did what I could, and I'm really proud of myself. And now, moving on with the ankles, I did sculpt some ankles, if you can kind of see it, to make it seem like it's like one big boot that's on it, and that's on an endoskeleton. So I think that looks really nice. And finally, on with the toes, I sculpted each individual toe, and I put a black outline with them, and I painted them over with obviously the brown color that is consistent on Freddy. And, you know, I think that came out really nice. So I am really loving this. I'm really thankful for how it came out. I really think it came out great. And, you know, I'm really so proud of this figure. I think this figure is a clear, definitive example of my improvement regarding customizing. And I can only be so happy about that. But, you know, thank you for making it this far into the showcase. Now, I'm going to do a comparison between my first Freddy and my new Freddy. So let me know what you guys think. So this here is both the first Freddy and the new Freddy. So this right here, well, obviously that's the first Freddy. That's the new Freddy. So you could already see a huge difference. I sculpted the entirety of this, and I'm still really proud of myself. So for what I could have done at the time. So it's just a really sentimental thing for me to have, you know, and I'm just really happy, you know, because, you know, I'm thankful that I can make figures, you know. So obviously, let me go and explain the differences. Obviously, this head's sculpted, that head's 3D printed, so this head's more accurate. As I said before, the bone here was way too big, so I made it much smaller here. And I didn't like how the arms came out on this figure, so I, you know, wanted to improve that. Whoops. Let me grab him. My fault. So I didn't like how the arms came out on the first figure, so I really wanted to improve that on the second figure. So I really think that came out great. And the microphone, it's the same piece, but I was like, hey, why didn't I think about painting the microphone? So I went straight for that, you know, for the new one. And the legs was something I really wanted to improve as well. I love the new legs. I really love it. I feel like these ones, you know, they were great for what I could have done at the time, but you know, it just didn't hold up to these new legs, you know, and especially for, you know, what I can do now. So I'm just it's honestly crazy, the improvement, and you know, and I hope y'all see that as well, you know. And I kind of removed, I don't know if you see it, but like on the back, I kind of removed this whole part there. Kind of makes him look like he's a bit too big, but you know, I think the new Freddy came out great, you know, and it's so cool to see the before and after. So I think that's so really cool, you know, and I'm just thankful to God because of that. And of course, you know, I want to compare Freddy to my other FNAF custom, the Marionette. So that's him compared to it. I still think the Marionette does hold up a lot. I really do think this figure does hold up a lot. I love how accurate it is. I love how the lines look. I love how this figure came out, how the buttons came out. So I really do think this figure looks a lot better. Stood up with the new Freddy. So I really do think it's really nice, you know, and it's so cool. I also really like the height difference on Freddy. You know, I really do like how big Freddy is. Let me grab a normal minifigure. I really do like how he's kind of, oh, sorry, Marionette. I really do like how he's kind of much more larger, you know, as an animatronic should be. So, you know, I really do like that. And, yeah, that's going to be about it. You know, I really thank you guys for making it this far into the showcase. You know, I hope you guys like this figure. Hope you guys like this quick comparison. So, you know, let's head with the outro. So that is going to be the end of the showcase. I really do thank you guys for making it this far into the video. This video does, you know, take a lot of time to edit and prepare, and this figure did take a lot of work. So I'd appreciate if you guys would subscribe, like, you know, leave a comment on what you think. It really would make my day. It really would make my day. But I really want to thank you guys. So, you know, I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys are having a great, safe day, safe week. Hope your family's all right. Hope everything in your life is going well. And take care. God bless you guys.